Next set, though, we've got one more, and it's Dells versus SykoSloth.
Dells versus SykoSloth, indeed. These are two very, very interesting players because I feel like both of these players are very, very strong, but among some of the more inconsistently strong players. It's because like we had SykoSloth in the group stage here. If I go back and check just to make sure I've got my memory correct here, Syko, as I recall, yeah, one is group. One is group. In fact, the same group that Slappy Davis was in, with a win, and a draw. That one draw being at the hands of Beef, a new player who heroically came in to steal a draw, although SykoSloth at that point was already locked in for a first place in the group berth. But it's that kind of inconsistency maybe a little bit, but can be extremely strong, as we see from the group's performance. And Dells is very much in the same bracket, got out of a group with Pofke in it, and it's just, Dells is a really creative and interesting player. Sometimes the problem with creative and interesting, though, is it can lack consistency just a little bit sometimes when you go for these wacky plays, but they can also work just so beautifully. And so I'm always excited to watch Dells play.
The longer the sets are, too, the less consistency matters.
That is true. These are regular length sets. Those 12 games that you usually get, very, very standard length. I think Dells would probably definitely do better, maybe a little bit better in longer sets. We'll see how it goes, though, in this particular set.
Worth noting, it really goes to show the caliber of the competition here, where you win your group and as a reward get matched up against Dells.
Yeah, no kidding. That is how a lot of players are feeling in this round of 32. It's just such a stacked cup, honestly. There's so many really strong players.
I think it's time to get things underway. We've got the Smallman of Dells opening things up on Ballroom, any 4 of 8. Sorry, not Ballroom, High Rise, any 4 of 8 versus SykoSloth's Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
How dare you mistake Ballroom for another venue? They don't even have the same amount of statues.
Quick 51% on the flirt coming out of Dells. Also in conversation with the double agent, but
Bug?
This is not the position you're right. That's a bug! That's a bug on the way out of conversation! This is not a drill!
Yeah, the ambassador just gave us a really nice wrong arm bug out of conversation. I think it's something, as Syko, you either have to rotate preemptively to watch, or you have to just credit outright. It doesn't seem like there's been much of a reaction, though. Smallman, being as small as he is, can be hard to see bugs on, but look at this. The ambassador standing next to us again. and Syko's rotating, so maybe we end up getting credited anyway.
That was such a beautiful move, but unfortunately might wind up being credited for the second part in conversation with the double agent once more, and this is a much more reasonable position to take it in, especially as this happens.
Yeah, lots of people in, but then some people split. Yeah, and I think that's all of the lowlights, maybe -1 that were available. Actually, no, that was all of them because there were four people out, one of them including the SDA. But having this bug, it doesn't matter quite as much that there's
the flirt getting finished up.
Did we just go center statues? At 210?
Just.
Can you shoot center statues at 210?
Absolute madman. Smallman at center statues gets highlight. That probably means no bullet. Just straight up.
It's a consideration.
He doesn't
but it's so
do
early.
Something terrible in 3-cycle this.
It's so
he's hitting
early.
The greens. There's the countdown. There's the putback. There is a huge spy game and mission win coming out of Dells in the first game of the match. That's a statement.
Yeah, that one, SykoSloth is going to be looking back at and it's like, just kind of smacking themselves on the forehead for letting the guard down on that bug. But it's just so hard, like, because if this statue's visit at the end here, we're at like 30 seconds left in the game, I think that there might be a consideration in Psycho's mind to say, okay, maybe I have to shoot Smallman here, maybe there was a bug, but it's so early with that 2 flirt and that quick contact. It's just difficult to take that shot, and Del gets away with it.
Yeah, that's a massive, massive win coming out of Dells. Let's see if SykoSloth has a response in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Where's your briefcase, Tex? Oh, wait, Taft has it. I guess we're the spy this time. Must be confusing to like for the ambassadors, the common ambassadors. Sometimes they're an ambassador. Sometimes they're a spy trying to. Do you think everyone could like be an ambassador, and it's just which function that you're at that matters?
I think in this case it's really just the SpyParty world has 2 canon ambassadors in it, and both of them are also spies.
Oh,
just
man.
working for different governments.
So that's how it is when we switch off ambassadors. I gotcha. We're living in different timelines. I understand now, Tobo.
So that's the inspect done from center statues, 34%
Difficult
off
print on
of
this
the flirt,
briefcase as well.
and a difficult fingerprint.
Now, the fact that it's briefcase means that the fact that it's difficult is a little less important, admittedly. Just a difficult fingerprint on a briefcase is very often credited as a fingerprint. Anyways, in fact, it can be said that sometimes even empty briefcases with no fingerprint on it at all is credited to be having a fingerprint. Just because that is where fingerprints usually are. Difficult fingerprints are much easier to get away with on other things that don't always have prints on them.
Indeed. There's a distant white flirt to bring the total up to 51%. So a nice close white followed by as distant a white as is physically possible.
It is very mathematically pleasing to me that a close white and a distant white are equivalent to a close green.
It's very cool.
It's just so nice, and like a close green and a distant white is equivalent to 2 whites, and it's like yes.
Back into center statues we go for no reason other than what spy would do this.
Yeah. I mean, it is something that Dells as a sniper is probably going to care about to some respect. Now, whether or not it lets us get away with things is questionable, because there's always that trade-off of
white purloin.
Oh,
white purloin alert.
It's being stared at. It's being stared at.
Gets a good look at the list being gone. Hard to tell if he saw the fate or not.
Dells?
There's the
there was a purloin
finished up. He's like, you can tell he wants to, but it's not time yet.
I mean, I guess if you know that he's not finished, you know he's not finished. You don't have to shoot. But it was also a white purloin that seemed to be right in Dells' face.
It sure did. 35 seconds left to play. This laser has not left SykoSloth. Okay, until just now. There's the contact. There's the bullet heckin' immediately.
Yeah. And that's a little bit unfortunate, I think, for SykoSloth at the end there. Maybe instead of a contact, if you had picked up a print, you might be able to get away with this, because you do have that one print as an out potential. But the ambassador just was not, like, for the last... Oh my god, how long in this game? For the last 2 minutes of this game, the ambassador stood in one spot and put no prints down.
Yeah, you really would have had to just snuggle up and shove him out of there.
Yeah, and that is a pretty common idea and a common play among spies, so it would have looked pretty bad. But now we are on to Aquarium with Dells on the spy side.
Dells with the spy side and a 2-0 lead in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So as I was saying earlier, there's this kind of trade-off between attracting attention to yourself in the hopes that it looks good to the sniper versus just trying to stay under the radar at all, right? because when you attract that attention, you're kind of risking, you're gambling, right? You're saying, okay, what spy would do this? Here, give me a little bit of credit for this. But that inherently means that you do have the sniper's attention on you, and as a general rule, the spies don't like to have the sniper's attention on them.
Indeed. 34% on the flirt as we open the game up at the green bookcase.
Oh, we go for the green microfilm.
It does take a quick little green transfer to get that microfilm in pocket.
It was behind Shark.
With the cover from the seduction targets. That's a very nice little start to the game.
Yeah, that is a decent amount of progress, although, again, already a whole minute's gone by, you know? They go by so quick, Tobo. Especially at the beginning of the games like this, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do. But our ST is at bar. We could be looking for a bug on the way through here if the shark, you know, is covering that, but our head would stick out over it. So Dells opts not to and gets rewarded with I think.
I'm sorry, what?
I think that was meant to be a flirt. There's a bit of action
I think so too. The flirt does wind up coming off. A green test for 72%, but also we gave the ambassador a little wave, which was unintentional.
We did have a little bit of cover for it, luckily, so I don't think that SykoSloth saw it, and of course there is also no indication from SykoSloth themselves that they
because
would see.
Why would you look for that?
Exactly.
He wasn't that close to the ambassador. Into statues we go for a pair of inspects and a print.
Wow, look at these. This is interesting progress, I'd say, because now you're kind of angling towards the silent game with the kind of progress you have. You have progress on 4 different missions.
One cycles it, so only one inspect there, interestingly enough. There's the second print coming out of the briefcase. That's why. You wanted to get these prints done sooner rather than later, so that's a mission completion with 1 minute and 45 left to play still. In conversation with the double agent now, looking for another.
Yeah, maybe the idea is instead to pick up the highlight for inspects and never go back, and thus never prompt the shot on yourself. We will see a couple of lowlights come off as this contact happens.
One of them is Smallman, too.
Yeah,
3 lowlights out of it.
Smallman isn't as dangerous on Aquarium in particular because you do have that high viewing angle, so the cover from the party isn't as important. Whereas the cover from the shark is very, very important, and we are going into this blue bookcase with cover from the shark here. Can we get this microfilm done without being seen? It's green test again.
Very much so, yes. Hits the nice little green. There's the microfilm squared away. We just need to put the book back. There it goes. 3 missions done. 1 minute to play. In conversation with the seduction target now. This should be it. Can SykoSloth take a shot for a talk?
It'd be really difficult. You'd have to have both prints. You'd have to know that Dells could have been, at both of these bookcases behind Shark.
No reaction.
It takes a lot to know this, and SykoSloth's not on it.
Man, Dells is off to one heck of a start with 2 spy wins and a sniper win back to back.
Yeah, that's just really, really impressive stuff from Dells. Not afraid, executing well, and just getting by SykoSloth's eyes. I mean, both times we saw Dells play in that little zone where you're getting just enough attention, but the sniper thinks, nah, they're not done yet, and you win.
Yeah, SykoSloth has a bit of a distance to climb off this top of the match, so let's see if they can start putting one foot in front of the other from the spy side of things. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
No early flirt here, unfortunately for us. Our ST doesn't quite want to land. We'll see if Syko wants to go follow real quick.
Yeah, it's not an ideal setup for the star. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is definitely not the start you were looking for on the spy side of things.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you go in for prints now as there are 2 available. I mean, one's just getting completely taken immediately. The green bookcase is going to provide 2 prints to the party, which is not always the case, as there is a smudge on both take out and put back by AI, so one AI can smudge fully that print off of a bookshelf. But we kind of waste getting those prints. It's a bit of an underrated idea based on like how many prints are there in the party and who has those prints. You probably want to keep as many prints as possible in, because then you'll have scenarios like that last set with Pofke and an AI completing for them.
26% on the flirt and the contact, all at pretty much the same time. Able to get a print off the drink here, which is very nice to see. A delegate as well. So this could be a little bit of a speed boost that SykoSloth needs to really start pushing this in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that print is important, although it was fairly soon after the ambassador visited Bar, so I wouldn't be surprised if Dells does remember and know that we have this print. That bounce... Okay, that bounce actually was really nice in the end. I thought we were going to not join this conversation, but it actually is really nice, and I don't think... Unfortunately, I don't think Dells sees it, because that is something... That does seem like something that Dells might reward if it got seen.
But even after that little burst of speed earlier on, it's been a very slow spy game for SykoSloth. Under 2 minutes now, and not a ton of progress. We do have the contact, but this is going to be our second flirt, and we did not make use of the delegate.
Yeah, prints are gonna be put onto Bar. Seek gets a print and gets a highlight for it as well. Never mind,
and it's
I lied.
Only 60% after the second flirt, so we are going to need 2 more unless we can hit a close green, or a close-ish green, but it's not something you want to be banking on.
Difficult print off this Bar now. We'll see if we can hit that. Syko's not going to take it immediately, wants to go settle down somewhere to take it, and we could be bugging on the way through here with the shark.
The bug on the way through doesn't take! It's a little bit late!
Oh, wait! Did we accidentally try to print? Did we not bug? I think we just accidentally tried to print.
Oh.
We action priority print on the drink instead of bug on the way past. No!
That's just sad.
Because
that's very sad.
Oh,
and the flirt getting finished up. He did hit the green test on that, but with 50 seconds to play.
And the worst thing about that too is we missed that difficult fingerprint because we were expecting to bug. We weren't expecting an action test right then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tragic because we would have been in mission win countdown right now if we had, instead of action prioritying that print, taken that bug, gotten that bug, and then hit the green test on the print when we had more time to wait and focus on the action test.
Was the shark there?
Yes, the shark was there. The bug was unseeable.
That's brutal. Now it's just a fake contact to try to force a shot out of Dells, but... Oh, that is an absolute heartbreaker. We have seen so many... Oh!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, I appreciate the attempt, but also no.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you had Shark there, you could try.
Yeah. Absolute heartbreak.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, poor Syko. A little bit of action priority. I mean, it's something that you have to know, though, right? Because you can see that you have the print there as you're walking, because that's the only action you can take. And the game is never going to change your action for you as new actions become available. So you have to stroll through that to get that bug on the ambassador. Tragic game that SykoSloth, could, maybe even should have won, but... Wow, Dell's now up 4-0.
We have seen so many action priority mishaps tonight. That's rare for people of this caliber.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen to anybody. It can happen all the time. Really, just whatever, right? It's unfortunate.
Like, they're not usually that tragic.
Yeah. Usually when you action priority something, it only ruins one thing. This action priority managed to ruin 2 things. It's a double whammy there. But now Dells is playing with confidence and a lead.
Quite a lead, too. He's ahead 4 games to nothing heading in to the spy side of Pub. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Do we time out here? Do you think?
I certainly wouldn't mind it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Indeed, it does not. Into conversation with the seduction target to start things off.
So the thing about time ads, especially on Sniper Arcade, is just they're so valuable because you're starting off with so little time, and one of the big things about Sniper Arcade is that AIs are pretty likely to finish, just kind of out there, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much to watch that it's hard to track Flirt very, very closely and still have accurate tracking on everything else as well. But there's not much time in the venue, so the spy does have to get moving. Wow, look at those bounces, by the way. We got a couple of lowlights, just free lowlights for SykoSloth there.
Yeah, I think time ads are, generally speaking, underutilized, as Dells pick up 34% on the Flirt.
They're also of outsized value on Sniper Arcade in particular. Of course, they're a little bit easier to catch than on some other venues, but still, they can be very, very strong. I think, there's a reason why Kaylee, when he was playing, made a point to catch every single time ad.
Yeah. 85% on the Flirt after a green test on the timer Flirt to get the next one. Fake contact coming off, 1 minute to play, very little progress.
Someone could have been a little bit there too, but guess not.
Another good use of time ads that doesn't get a lot of traction is it gives the AI more time to do suspicious stuff.
Exactly, yeah. That's just strong part of it, especially when you're playing on Sniper Arcade Pub, right? Because there's just more time for AIs to be getting that Flirt done in the eyes of the sniper, and then getting contact, and then going to inspects. But speaking of going to inspects, we were just there, and we still only have the one mission.
Yeah, it's not good. There's 15 seconds to play. We're gonna get this Flirt here, but
I don't think we can get away with this.
Double agent has not been kind. We're not even going to be able to get that far. SykoSloth takes the shot and gets on the board.
Yeah, a nice shot from SykoSloth. That is why getting down to low time like that can be so deadly for a spy side. And hey, if you had 45 more seconds there, maybe you don't have to be so brazen.
Yeah, I think that probably would have helped quite a lot. But either way, SykoSloth is able to start the process of pulling himself back into this match. And now he's got a chance to take it even further from the spy side of things in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and Sniper Arcade Pub is a venue where you have a lot of agency on the spy side, which is something, a reason why it's so enjoyable to play, I think, because you just have a lot of options, and options make fun for the spy.
Absolutely.
Speaking of options, the option to time that, again, not taken. Well, we could
stepping into conversation with the seduction
this
target
is close enough for a
and
bug.
The ambassador if we want to try some shenaniganry, but unfortunately not going to wind up having the chance. It's just going to be the 51% on the close Flirt.
And as we mentioned last set, of course, Tobo, the two Flirt.
Oh, he's back.
Is that close enough? It might just be close enough.
That's close enough.
I think that is. But of course, we don't have any cover for it, so it would just have to be a pure timing thing, and the ambassador does indeed leave. You don't really have that much time to, time it when Twin's right there forcing him out.
Indeed. Double agent drops in to say hi. It's not a terrible time for it. Unfortunately, one of the only people inside the bar right now is the SDA.
They're coming inside, though, and coming to a conversation, but our DA leaves as they join.
Man, the AI is just antsy today.
Apparently.
1 minute left on the clock, and still all the progress we have is that single Flirt for 51%.
Looking a little bit rough for SykoSloth here. Could, very similar straight to what Dells had earlier. But, again, Dells still has to pass that test of, not shooting someone on this contact. Someone that's been to statues.
Here's the contact. There it goes. 2 lowlights from the inside of the bar. But that's all you're going to get from it.
Yeah, and Dells does indeed pass the test. No shot coming off quite yet, although the odds of shooting someone do go up significantly as maybe Seek goes in for his last flirt with Oprah in Dells' eyes. I don't know.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no.
Talk.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that was going to be a time ad. Now we're going to go to the other side of the window and try a time ad from over here. It's a green test.
It's gonna hang the clock. I don't see the problem. The problem with this is that now you're down to 2 characters, and you don't even have the nice anonymity of missions. You know,
Yeah.
can be like you're gonna have that over time, right?
Yeah,
Hanging the clock is just such a bad
Didn't
place to be.
Take the flirt.
Wait, we didn't? What?
It's 85%. I thought we'd gotten that other flirt earlier, but I could be wrong.
We gonna try to time it again? We trying to frame Irish? I mean, Alice.
Well, we're gonna put our hands on the statue, so that's less than ideal. I doubt we're even going to have a go at this fingerprint. It's
Swap.
That's a swap. That's a green swap. We're doing it. I guess we're doing it. I'm scared.
I mean, now it's pending just purely based on the swap. I think there's
Now
it's
the
overtime.
swap-
Now it's overtime based on the flirt.
Letting the swap happen. Dells takes the shot anyways.
Yeah, I think that is perhaps where a white time ad might have actually just been better for us. I mean, or not. I mean, then again, it wasn't very narrowed down after the time ad, despite the fact that it could have been. Perhaps because of the option for a mission win to be pending on the bar, something like that. So maybe green time ad was what kept us in the game, but it's just so hard because it's already been hanging. So the fact that it's hanging more isn't really something that the sniper notices, right? The fact that you're hanging it with a swap, the value of that goes way down.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure if that swap was intentional.
Surely it had to be, because otherwise I think we would have run out of time. Because
Yeah.
there is that spectator glyph that says that the spy has more time than they do when the clock is hanging like that. I think that we'd run out of our 45-second allowance on that green test, and we're just playing by ear at that point. And if we hadn't done that swap, we would have run out of time before we got that last flirt off.
What a weird end to a game. But either way, however it ended, it was in favor of Dells, who now is up 5-1 on the spy side of Veranda. In
Indeed.
3, 2, 1, playing it.
This could be a quick set. This could be a statement from Dells here.
It sure could be. Dells is spooky.
And Dells
Quick flirt
is...
and go.
Dells is
51%
cheesing.
off the top of the game from Dells.
I mean, we've got that much traffic, and it's, early game on Veranda. Why wouldn't you just take that early 51% and go? You could come right back to Pearls here and take another flirt, and you're instead of having waited there for 45 seconds, you got 2 flirts for the price of 1, basically, and we'll see how Dells uses that.
No, Dells just hanging out for the time being.
Oh, Purloin.
Purloin.
It's a red test!
Red Purloin. It doesn't matter, because SykoSloth is all the way over here. Wait, he might not even see this. He might not know.
Uh-oh.
Never mind.
There's a highlight.
He knows.
He knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, he knows. This is... We have encountered a problem.
Yeah, lots and lots of lowlights, very confident in the possibilities here, and that's just going to be death for Dells. Hey, Tubbo, you wanna fast forward to the end of this game where Dells gets shot? Are we going to try to return this list? We just did request.
Smallman isn't lowlit, so at least there's that.
Okay, we didn't try to return the list or anything. We requested a drink, and then I thought we might try to return and get away with that, but like there would be no point, of course.
Yeah, that would have been not good.
If only.
2 minutes and 40 left to play. Is there anything Dells can do at this point, or does he literally just have to sit here and cross his fingers and pray? Smallman's been low lit, so it's not looking good.
No, it's not. If you're my win prediction model, you're saying this game is not very likely to be won by the spy. Probably like 5% if I had to guess. Because I don't know, the sniper might be able to like the sniper might like keel over with our keyboard or something. Man, if there was a 5% chance of that happening,
Gage just has a sad face.
If there was a 5% chance of the sniper keeling over, I'd be concerned.
There's the flirt done, so that's something.
Yeah, just.
I would have loved to see him put the list back there just because. Like, SykoSloth probably wouldn't notice it for quite a while because why would you keep looking at Toby at this point?
A time ad. I'm not sure that's going to help Dells.
I mean, probably not. But at this point, it's worth a shot, right?
I suppose. But
Speaking of worth a shot,
those statues are worth a shot.
sure are.
Yeah, that was a little bit predictable right after that red test happened and everyone got low lit. So SykoSloth managing to take another sniper victory. So it's not going to be quite the blowout that Dells might have been hoping for, but still got a sniper game on Veranda to play.
Indeed. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. So SykoSloth kind of got gifted one.
Little bit. But I mean, you still have to catch it, right? We've seen
That's
people
true.
like miss those purloins and just
And
miss
to
them
be
for
honest, that
long
was
enough.
a really good reaction to the purloin as well.
Yeah, for sure. It was very much handled well. It wasn't the most accurate, it wasn't the best play I think Dells could have made. SykoSloth was on it. But
Case in point, red test.
yeah, the red test certainly didn't help. Maybe if it was the green test purloin, you have a little bit of better odds, but it is capitalized on well by SykoSloth, and that is the mark of someone who is going to be able to win a Veranda sniper game at the very least.
There's that early green flirt for 51%. Not as early as one would hope, theoretically, but we are looking to try to grab this print afterwards. Does get it on the difficult as well, so that could be very big moving forward. Certainly opens up our options.
And we're going to go straight into statues here as well. We're doing a lot of things really quickly. And of course, there is a fingerprint that we know about sitting on green books right now, so I wouldn't be surprised to see SykoSloth take a dip over there. Dells is self-admittedly a little bit weak on tracking fingerprints, but oh no, we have an AI returning a book to green, which means it's going to get smudged.
The Amba is also hanging out, unfortunately. So, presumably, AI is going to put the book back before the ambassador, so we still have a print on green.
Yeah, we still have a full print on it. There we go. I mean, it's going to be a little bit less cooked, and by that I mean it's completely raw.
There's the print. So, how rare is it to see print as the first mission completed?
I'd say it's relatively rare, yeah. That's fair.
2 minutes and 5 left to play. Other than the print, we've got 2 inspects and half a flirt done.
Yeah, it's good progress, especially without a highlight. If you were a highlight, you'd be in a little bit of a worse spot, but, without that highlight... Okay, now we get it, but that is, of course, for the inspect completion. It's a lot of soft tell progress done, which means we only need the one hard tell.
Indeed.
Of course, we still need to actually complete the flirt and the contact along with that one hard tell, but only one hard tell. If we wanted to go for a kind of standard game, there's always, of course, the option of simply taking.
Oh no, that was gonna be the 2 flirt, but the seduction target bailed before it came off. Now there's 1 minute and 15 left to play, and the timer is starting to look a lot less friendly.
Yeah, but the contact is looking a decent bit friendly. A lot of people in conversation. A few people walking around, but that's gonna be true of any time on Veranda. So I would not be surprised to see Syko take this right now. And actually, in fact, I'm confused about why it's not happening. There it goes.
Well, there it goes. People start moving around at some very inopportune times, but it looks like
everyone in
just
our
the one
conversation
low light, even
split.
after all that.
Everyone in our conversation split from it.
Just it completely exploded. Nobody here likes banana bread.
Nobody here likes banana bread. Maybe nobody here likes teal. Nobody here likes spies, I guess.
Nobody here likes spies.
Just offensive, maybe. But oh my god, I just realized we only have 24 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's not good. We're well and truly into the beep beeps by now, and the seduction target fails again.
And you need the green test anyway. So is Psycho gonna try to swap this and then go in for the last flirt? You're gonna need at least one green test.
Happening. That's a white swap.
It's a white swap. Does Dells see it?
5 seconds. Fly, you fool! No.
Just a little bit too much time. We spent like 15 seconds waiting on that contact that we didn't really need to spend, and I think, we definitely could have used those right at the end of that game.
Certainly.
And Dells does indeed take the veranda sniper win, meaning one more game will secure a berth to the round of 16. And Psycho's battling every single game from here on out up until they draw into overtime for their tournament life.
Can't lose a single game until balcony happens. SykoSloth on the sniper side of Redwoods. You never want to get knocked out of a tournament by a tree, but this is that chance in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Well, Tobo, we've seen crazier comebacks, haven't we?
Oh God, yes.
But it's gonna take definitely some improvement on the results thus far. I guess that is the definition of a comeback, I suppose. So it's not saying much.
Pulls out the blue book very quickly, so we might be able to get some shenaniganry going on here.
I always love shenanigan. We go in for the
bug and it missed.
Yeah,
I'm sad because it was pretty and I liked it.
Yeah, we need to take a little bit of a closer path toward the ambassador, but if that had landed, I think Dells would have secured the win right here.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would have been it.
But
it was so pretty. He just went a little bit too wide. Flirt comes off for 34%. We do still have that blue book in hand, so we could slam that somewhere and be pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, so there's an interesting dynamic of microfilm on Redwoods. You have a lot of ability to slam because of trees, but there's a lot more attention. Wow, we have a bug opportunity, right? Wait, Dells,
yep,
why are we? Okay, that's fine. We can do it like that too, I guess. We do take the bug. We could have just taken the standing bug, and it would have been really nice. But instead, we do the twitch. I forgot
which hand the book was in.
I mean, if the book was in the other hand, you can't take that bug at all. But yeah, that.
Well, if you hit it while you're twitching, then it could be considered a wrong arm, right?
Yeah. So the thing is like SykoSloth is highlighting for statue visits, right? So imagine SykoSloth. You see Alice walk up to a bookcase that's one of these statues and open a book, and she doesn't have a highlight. Yeah, that's a pretty big indication.
As long as you don't see her arrive at the bookcase, you might be okay.
You do have to make sure they don't see you arrive, because if they see you arrive, especially against someone who highlights for statues like this, like that can be a big problem for Dells. But we are going to adding time. I like this decision. I like it a lot, especially on the green test. We realize that we're having a bit of time management issues, and actually we're going to go turn this correctly.
Oh wow. That's very unexpected for the amount of time this book was out for.
Maybe we don't want... Oh, look at this! Ooh, Psycho catches the time ad!
Wow.
What? And it's down to 2!
That is a massive catch. I wasn't expecting that at all. There's the flirt getting finished up, but... there's no way you're getting 2 missions past somebody who only has 2 people to look at.
That's really difficult. Even when one of the missions is contact. Safety off, I think that was meant to be us, yeah. It was on general, but I think it was meant to be us, and general was just in the way. This is bad for Dells.
It sure is. Luckily, Dells has got a bit of a cushion.
Oh my god.
Just...
really ready to shoot for that.
No, you're not allowed to get any drinks.
So you want to fast forward to where Dells gets shot?
Contact. There's the shot.
It's like that last game. Yeah. This is twice now that SykoSloth has just caught something of Dells, narrowed the party down to 2, and waited.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah. Really nicely done by SykoSloth there to catch that time ad, especially on Redwoods. Redwoods is not a venue that you typically are going to be catching too many time ads on unless you're particularly paying attention to it. And look at this. I also want to note, look at how many people are highlighting this party when this time ad comes off. Like, that's over half the party highlight. It's a lot.
Speaking of not catching stuff, it's Smallman.
Oh, no.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
SykoSloth just wants to bring it all the way back. The emergency Smallman is here to make it happen. On Redwoods, he is a deadly force. And I have most certainly played a Redwoods game or two where I just didn't know Smallman was in the game until the missions were already complete. It's rough. You don't want that to happen to you. In fact, my advice for anyone who wants to play Redwoods, or really any occlusion venue with Smallman, always check at the bottom bar to see if Smallman is in the party, and then go find him. Oh wow, we're also gonna get my microphone here at the back bookshelf, and it's a pretty decent venue, especially for Smallman to be animation microfilming on, because of the just you're covered up by being short, even though the books are facing the sniper.
Wasn't able to hit the difficult print, but did get the blue microfilm out of said book, and 51% on the flirt on the outside.
Yeah, really nice progress here in the first minute and 15 of this game. Now we are walking around to the statue. We're not on screen right now because we're just completely behind trees. Does SykoSloth know that? It is going to be a single inspect here. It's only the single inspect, of course, you can get. And we're going to put it back. But, okay, right at the end, we're just barely seen there. The funniest thing is, we could have immediately swapped that and just run away. We would have gotten away with that.
There's the flirt done. Minute and 50 left on the clock. Double Agent drops in to say hi, so that could be very useful if people get in conversations. But SykoSloth doesn't feel like waiting.
I mean,
Heads
this is going to
back
be
inside towards the green bookcase.
This is going to be both microfilm done potentially and full inspects. Oh, red test
That's
inspect.
a red inspect.
That takes so long. It feels so bad when you're right there and you're just waiting for that bar to fill up because it's just taking so long. But the green test on the microfilm is what's more important.
A green test on the second and a green test on the transfer. So that's 3 missions done with a minute and 10 on the clock. Still have contact available, still have bug available, still have purloin available.
We did pick up the highlight, but we only need the contact. Can Dell shoot for just that, though, is the question. Unfortunately, the double agent's alone in this back conversation, so she could just leave before we even get there. She does. We weren't there. You know, you have to get there in time when no one else is there to keep her there. Because if the conversation is empty and an AI is alone, they will do one cycle and then they will leave. They do not want to stand around alone at a party. It's a little bit sad. But instead, maybe Syko's going for a bug here on the very end.
It is!
But does the shot come off for it?
I think Dells is thinking about it, but he's not willing to take the shot.
Not without the contacts.
Continues the comeback.
Wow, really nice set of games here from SykoSloth, catching that time ad, then playing a silent game into Dells to complete the sweep on Redwoods, and now you have to do it on Gallery too.
Now you have to do it on Gallery, but this has been a huge swing for SykoSloth. He was down, what, 6-1?
Yeah, it's something like that. It was I think it was 5-1. I think it was 5-1 that it was. We got 5-2, then 6-2, and now we're at 6-4.
2 more games to force overtime. Dells on the spy looking to put it away. SykoSloth on the sniper looking to bring it to 1 more. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Immediate time. Dells says,
Early
you know what?
Green time ad from the outside before you get on camera. You love to see it.
Dells says, you know what? You caught me for the time ad last game, but I ain't scared of you, SykoSloth. That is what Dells is saying right now. And just goes in for this flirt. We have so much time on the clock here. And
It is very difficult to tell how close people are to each other on those pads from the sniper's perspective. So you can be basically inside someone and it'll still look fine as the sniper.
Yeah, that is you know, it's a nice little bonus of those pads. I mean, flirting there can be a little bit suspicious, but so many people end up there anyways that it's pretty common. They're very large gallery pads.
In the green bookcase, we're picking up another one. It's 68% on the flirt already, and green bookcase going outside.
All the way outside, which you'd think maybe is a little bit
Oh
dangerous.
God!
It's fine. It's fine. We're off screen. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Fortunately, the double agent bailed on us, but these things happen.
Well, with this time ad, we do have the ability to kind of wash this book away, you know? Just... Oh, whoa, Dells!
This is bold!
This is
bold!
Oh, he broke...
Right back
he didn't... No, he didn't to close the book!
I thought he was zoomed in!
SykoSloth just zooms out right in time after the actual transfer animation was done, but sees Dells run away without closing the book, which is something that AI will never do unless they're leaving bookcase itself. Like, they will close their book everywhere except for actually at the bookcase where they will just leave with it. But Dells knows this, was trying to get away with something cheeky, and SykoSloth catches Dells on the etiquette, not the actual hardtail.
Wow.
And now Syko just needs one more.
That hurts. As Dells, like you had that done. To be caught on the etiquette like that's rough. But Dells is on the theoretically preferred side. SykoSloth has a huge amount of momentum, and the mental game is sometimes a little bit hard to overcome when you can feel it slipping away. Let's see if Dells can find a way to close this out before having to go into overtime. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Little bit of idling here as we're looking for a ST. Smallman hasn't landed yet.
And we immediately give chase because we want that early flirt.
Would you red test Smallman around gallery?
51% on that first green test. That's nice to see.
Would you red test Smallman around gallery, Topo?
Possibly if it actually was something I thought of, but I am never going to consider that from the spy side. It's just not something that comes to mind.
SykoSloth has been really big on fingerprints, especially difficult ones this set. And the Ambassador did just take a drink. General's taking one, so how much you want to bet we're about to take a drink and go for the difficult?
Might be. It's 94% off of the flirt. There's the drink take.
Do we get it? Yes,
we do. He does get it. So that's a print done. 2 flirts done. 1 more from anywhere. We'll finish that up at this point.
Do you think that Dells realized?
Takes the case as well. That's another print done. As
stealth
mission.
Highlight though. Dells knows about these prints, or at least has caught on to the fact that SykoSloth is doing them a lot.
Indeed.
And that is trouble for SykoSloth, because if you could get away with that without the sniper really realizing, that's huge. But the highlight, the stealth highlight especially, because the stealth highlight is kind of reserved for characters you think, you know, they might actually be the spy for realsies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a scary situation to be sure. There's the flirt getting done. Still 2 minutes to play. Contact available. Bug available. Purloin available. You don't need a lot of time to get this done, so we can spend that time lining up good missions.
Good missions?
Statues.
Statues is not really a good mission on the gallery, unfortunately.
No, it's not. I have concerns.
Particularly when compared to other venues, the statues on gallery are just so hard to do and survive as a spy, because when you go to both of them, it's so rare, because that AIs will do it. 'cause it's always 2 visits, it's always 2 distinct sets, and we're just going statue to statue. That might be enough to shoot. Dells might just be enough to shoot.
I like the statue to statue more than the other attempts, but it's not enough to get past Dells. It almost slipped away, but Dells is able to get it done and books his spot in the round of 16.
Yeah, I think that was just a little bit too bold on SykoSloth's part. You might have to be a little bit more subtle about how you're playing that full Softail game, especially when you've been playing for fingerprints so much in this set so far. It's going to be something that Dells is probably going to be keeping a particular eye out for, but nicely done by Dells to just say, you know what, maybe you're not completely done, but maybe I could have also missed a bug. And I'm just going to shoot you now, and Dells wins the set.
Absolutely. That was great stuff. Very entertaining sets.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I got to look at these. These were great. And of course, thank you for casting with me, Toba.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure.
And that's going to be it for us tonight, everyone. If this game has been SpyParty, if you are interested in buying the game, it is on SpyParty.com, or it is on Steam as well.
It's worth noting that if you buy it from the website, you also get a Steam key.
Yes, you do. You also get a Steam key, indeed. That is a little bonus just to make sure you always have that linked up. And if you're interested in more competitive SpyParty, you can find that over on the Discord. That is where announcements for pretty much every single tournament in SpyParty happen. If you want to sign up, or if you just want to watch more casts, they are scheduled publicly there. And if you want stats on all of the different stuff in competitive history, there is SpyParty Fans, which has articles and stats and competitive stuff galore for your perusal at your leisure. And I think that's all of the things that we like to plug around here at the end of our casts. Thank you, Toba, once again for casting with me. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening or morning or day wherever you are. We'll see you next time.
Never? No.